And good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Take your seats and buckle up for an exciting matchup tonight between the Southside Catholic Dragons and the Lutheran St. Charles Cougars. Southside Catholic Dragons looking to start a very small lineup tonight. We got 4 guards and 1 wing. Their tallest player being 6'4", and that's Gary Johnson II. Lutheran Cougars are looking to come off another hot win. Had put up 100 points the last game. One of the largest scoring games we've seen in Cougar history, definitely in most recent years. Looking to keep that the same flame going. They were very exciting to watch the last game. Hope to see them keep that pace up against the Southside Catholic Dragons tonight.
And at wing is 6'4" senior number 3, Gary Johnson. The Dragons are coached by.
And our first starter for the Lutheran Cougars tonight is going to be Finest Douglas. We see him night in and night out. He had 4 straight threes to end the half the last game. Finest Douglas is a wing creator, he's a wing scorer. Great option for the Cougars tonight. He's going to look to pass the ball, keep his assists up. That was the main focus we saw in the interview last game. He said he wanted to keep his ball moving up and keep collecting assists for the Cougars. I take that back. Our first starter of the night is going to be Gabe Powell. Saw a little bit of him last game. Freshman for the Cougars. Really shifty guard. Knows how to get downhill, make a few plays at the rim, find the open guy. He's a great option for the Cougars on offense. Needs to see a little bit of a step up on defense maybe. Our second starter of the night is going to be Duke Williams, number 11. He's a rebounding presence for the Cougars. He put up a great game last game, had 8 rebounds. Led him 14 points in the first half. Kind of disappeared in the second half, but he's still a great presence for the Cougars. Third starter is going to be Aiden Buford. Great wing scorer for the Cougars. See him step up in a bigger role tonight. And we got the leading scorer for the Cougars, Landon Doyle. Juice Doyle, see him be more productive at three-point line tonight. Wasn't very loud last game. See him start to make things happen as a Cougar this night. And then we got Finest Douglas, we all know him. Led the Cougars in scoring last game, 28 points for the Cougars and 4 threes in the second half. And we welcome back Santana Barnes. Santana Barnes, what are your thoughts on tonight's game?
I think it's going to be a good matchup. Great challenging matchup for the Cougars. You know, I want to see a lot of offensive rebounding for them to stay in this game. No transition buckets, and there's been a problem for the Cougars.
Transition baskets, big focus for the Cougars. Like you said, they want to make sure that there's a quick three there from Ronell Johnson for the Dragons. Doyle would bring the ball up. You know, stopping the transition baskets, that's been a killer. Cougars aren't the best team out in the run, especially when they see a lot of pressure. As Doyle's handling it well there, finds Powell on the baseline drive. He'll turn it over though. Dragons out and running. He'll go up strong with the right hand. Layups missed by Frazier. Will be collected by Buford. Doyle will be pressured at half court. He'll break his defender down. Quick pull up from the mid-range, and it's good. The 16-footer is cash money from Landon Doyle.
That's his spot. You know, he creates, finds his spot, and pulls up right there.
Nice in and out move there to freeze the defender. Cougars looking to be in a 2-3 zone here. Spin move there by Johnson. He'll go up strong with the right hand, draw the foul, but he'll miss. He'll shoot 2.
You know, in order for the Cougars to get to stop here, as he's leading averager for the Dragons, averaging 18 points per game.
I can't hear something. We can't hear each other. Johnson's second free throw is up and good. Doyle will find Douglas on the inbound. Dragons coming out full court pressure here early in the game. Let's see if that'll be a theme for tonight. See if the Cougars can handle it well. Powell collects it, tries to set the offense up. Slips there, collects his dribble, but it'll be a double dribble there. Lost the handle and he'll get. Clark to inbound the basketball for the Dragons. Frazier will find Clark. Johnson in the corner. Back to Frazier.
A lot of motion offense here for the Dragons, just trying to find that soft spot in the zone of the Cougars.
Yeah, not a lot of. That's a good drive there. Nice give and go there action by the Dragons. You know, Cougars not showing a lot of pressure in that soft zone 2-3, so the Dragons are really going to have to do, like you said, just swing the ball around and try to find that open zone in the defense. And as we get a travel call there on Finest Douglas, Corey Dowden does not like that call. He'll question that there. Dragons will push the face, find Johnson down in the corner. Johnson at the top of the key will find Frazier. Johnson goes up strong, finishes with two hands there.
Close layup there by Johnson.
Douglas will push the pace. He'll find Duke Williams in the half court. He'll go up strong to left hand, and a nice finish there by Duke Williams.
What a pass will find his way to see that down the court and find.
Frazier will shoot a floater. He'll draw the foul and get the basket. Nice move there by the Dragons to get the and one basket. Frazier will try to collect the and one here.
Not sure Coach Dowden agrees with that call there.
You know, a lot of back and forth here early in the game between Coach Dowden and the referee. We don't see that often. Maybe this is going to be a game of a lot of contusion and frustration here for Dowden.
You know, I think he just wants his players to play hard, and just when the refs aren't on his side, it kind of takes away from what the Cougars have been working on all season.
Definitely, especially in a competitive game like this. This is not going to be an easy one for the Cougars. They're going to have to fight and scrape all the way to the end if they're going to pull this one out.
Kyle's pushed the ball up the court after getting that offensive rebound. Landed
Doyle, good pass
nice
to
pass
Williams.
Down.
He'll go up strong to the left and finish. Nice ball movement there from the Cougars. Johnson will set the offense up. He'll find Niels up top. Skip pass, Johnson, his three-pointer goes up, and it's good. Nothing but net there for the Dragons.
What a three-pointer there by Johnson.
Powell's feeling a lot of pressure in the front court. Nice move there. Corey Dowden will save the Cougars and call a timeout.
A lot of pressure from the Dragons early. The Cougars are going to have to be able to handle this pressure in order they want to win the game.
You know, Coach Dowden staying on top of the Cougars early here, you know. Not afraid there to call a timeout. Barely 2 minutes and 15 seconds into this game, and Cougars are already being, you know, inflicted by this pressure from the Dragons. Dragons not, you know, shying down their full court early in the game. They're acting like they're going to have plenty of, you know, stamina to keep it going all game.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, you look to see Finest Douglas try to handle this ball, slow the game down for the Cougars, and him and Landon Doyle just create for the Cougars. Like they've been finding Duke Williams, Landon Jackson down low, find their bigs. As you know, the St. Mary's team, there's not the biggest, tallest player being Gary Johnson. So, you know, you just want to see the Cougars try to take advantage of this height. They do usually have height on the Dragons here.
You know, you mentioned the name Landon Jackson. We see for the first time in a while tonight, coming off the bench.
Yeah.
Maybe a little bit of that knee bugging with him, you know.
Landon Jackson earlier this week missed practice with a little bit under the weather. You know, it was around that season. So you look to see how that will affect him later in the game as Coach Dowden slams the clipboard down.
Frustration is high early. Tempers are rising for the Cougars. He'll be back to Johnson in the corner. His three-pointer is good.
Three-pointer.
It's now back-to-back for Johnson.
You know, he's averaging.
Finest Douglas collecting, almost falls out of bounds. He's trapped in the half court. See if Corey down. Maybe want to see a timeout there, but we'll get a travel call.
Travel call. You know, really questionable. I would like to see a jump ball, maybe. They want him more wild. But like I was saying, back to Rondell Johnson, shooting 28.3% from the three-point line.
Look at a foul call there. Looks to be on Xavier Clark for the Dragons. Nice job there for Gabe Powell to draw that foul.
He's a little physical out there, Connor.
Yeah, not afraid to play with the older guys. Draws the contact, gets a foul. That'll be Cougar basketball. Duke Williams gets in the half court.
You know, honestly, I think the Cougars need it. They need a real physical team. They haven't really seen a lot of physicality this whole basketball season, honestly.
There will find Williams. Williams rips to the baseline. Powell, good finish with the right. He'll go up and under. Nice move there by Gabe Powell to finish at the rim.
You know, after seeing Gabe all season, that's what he's good at. He knows he's not the biggest, so when he gets to those tough, tall defenders, he's able to finesse his way and knock down
Clark
tough layups as he just
find Niels. Back to Johnson in the corner. He'll rip baseline. Good defense there by Doyle. Niels will throw a high floater off the backboard there. Missed. Rebounded by Finest Douglas. Good shot fake there by Finest Douglas. He'll finish with the left. Good move there.
You know, Finest Douglas, besides last game, has been really quiet on offensive scoring. You got to have him step up, and that's how you step up. Get the ball in transition to your strong side and just get the tough layup.
Clark will find Johnson. Good hands there by Gabe Powell. He'll get the steal.
This is what I'm talking about for the Cougars. Slow the game down to your pace. Take time on offense.
Set your offense up. Get a good basket here for the Cougars. Oh, good spin move there by Doyle. He'll go strong left and collect the and-one basket. Good move there by Juice Doyle.
Foul will be on Rodnell Johnson.
Way to be strong with the ball. Way to be strong with the ball.
Landon Jackson checks into the game. He'll sub out Duke Williams. You know, Landon Jackson's been a very positive impact for the Cougars all season. What do you think his impact on the game tonight is going to be against this, you know, small guard heavy Dragons team we see?
He's going to have to dominate on offensive rebounds like Duke Williams is doing. Find that open spot down low and just finish with the layup. And you get a steal here from Finest Douglas all the way to the basket with another layup just off the mark.
Layup missed. Clark will push the pace.
His layup off the mark. Buford with the rebound. Slows the game down. Landon Jackson will push the ball up the court.
You know, back-to-back blown layups there by Douglas and then White on the Dragons. We'll see if Douglas will get a chance to make it up from the corner. Maybe a little bit of a tip shot there. That three-pointer short.
Back to Landon Jackson, yeah. He's just going to have to box out, you know, get those offensive rebounds that the Cougars desperately need, as they're not the biggest also. But he has to take advantage of this and just be a senior, be that leader on the court that everyone needs.
Douglas collects that rebounds there. He looks to set up the offense. Good move there. He breaks down Clark.
Landon Doyle, wrist
He'll find Douglas.
Ooh.
Hesitates on the three ball.
Like to see,
He'll find Jackson down low.
And that is what
diving bodies. Niels collects it for the.
That is what the Cougars are going to have to minimize. They cannot have any turnovers that the Dragons can take up and have transition buckets. They cannot have that.
You know, it's a great hustle play there by Niels for the Dragons. Gets on the ball and see the coaching staff for the Dragons on top of it, ready to call a timeout. It'll be Dragons basketball there. Good play there for the Dragons. See Landon Doyle sprinting over to the athletic trainer station. Wonder what happened to him. Did you get an eye on that?
I mean, we don't really know, but that's something you definitely want to keep your eye on. Key player for the Cougars.
Coach Dowden expressing a lot of emotion for this game. You know, this is a must-win game heading towards the districts. It'll be a good momentum boost for the Cougars as they are wrapping this season up. They just blew out, you know, a much inferior opponent. And excuse me, what the Believe Academy? Believe Academy? Yeah.
Lightning. Sorry, Lightning.
Believe Academy Lightning. It blew him out, so maybe using a little bit of that to.
Only three or four games left for the Cougars. And Landon Doyle comes back on the court, so he will be okay. Just a little blood, little scratch. Just have to get it covered up. But yeah, like I said, only 3 or 4 games left for the Cougars. Like you see a nice stretch here, going to have that confidence going into district.
This will be a big win. It's the give-and-go action there for the Dragons. They'll find 21 in the corner for 3. Landon Jackson fumbles it and turns the ball over. It'll be Dragon basketball.
Not the smartest pass there by Finest Douglas. I can see him push that up the court and then try to make that pass down low to Landon Jackson. It's 3 points for the Dragons. It is good. Boom.
Jaden White from deep there. Nice ball movement from Xavier Clark. And he'll rip free throw line and find the open three-pointer there. Landon Doyle ripped the basket. Get a shot blocked by Niels. Saved there by the Dragons. Good hustle play there by number 5, Davion Frazier. We got a sub coming in. It would be, looks to be Tavion Reed for the St. Mary's Dragons subbing in. No, Cougars electing to stay in that 2-3 zone. Like the, production of it. Only 17 points for the first quarter. It's not horrible for the Cougars.
It's honestly been working. The Dragons haven't been that consistent with threes. As he hits one right there for the Dragons, I spoke too soon.
Nice shot there by the Dragons. Doyle facing a lot of pressure there by Davion Frazier. He'll find Finest Douglas. Deep three. It goes up and it's nothing but net. Good shot there by Finest Douglas.
Like to see that carry on from the last game. Finest hit 4 in a row against Believe Academy. Like to see if he's hot.
Pass fake.
Great
White.
contest. And to be out on the Cougars. Dragons ball.
Nice defense there down low by Landon Jackson. We like to see that straight up contest there. Has a good impact on the shot. Doesn't draw the foul. Gabe Powell showing a lot of pressure there on defense.
And a tough layup by Xavier Clark there. Way to break down his defender, find his spot, and get it over the Cougars defense.
Landon Doyle breaks down Frazier. He'll find Douglas corner. Rips free throw line. Floater is good for Finest Douglas. Nice move there. And we get a technical foul there. I believe that's on Finest Douglas.
I'm not really sure about it. I didn't see what happened.
Maybe some words said. Not much of a reaction there on Coach Dowden's face after hearing the explanation from the ref. Not sure where that call came from. A little bit of disbelief. Disbelief is the expression that comes off of Finest Douglas's face there.
Yeah.
I'm
not really sure what he did or said, honestly. But, if the refs call it, they might have obviously seen something they didn't like, and we just sometimes have to roll with the call. Coming out this first quarter, this is a nice game for the Cougars. As many wrote them off in this game.
Yeah, keeping it within 5 points in the first quarter, that's a good sign. As we go to look in the rest of the game, Cougars showing a lot of their best.
By Landon Doyle, who leads the
good
team.
Move there. Ooh. Almost put back by Landon Jackson.
To end the quarter.
As we were saying, looking for the Cougars, they see the most production coming in that third and fourth quarter, especially in that last game. They sprung out and had a huge, in the second quarter, came out, hit 7 threes in that second quarter, drew their lead to almost 40 going into half. See if the Cougars can extend, fight back from this 5-point deficit and grow a lead here.
Yeah. Honestly, like you said, they got to fight back from this deficit. And, for 23-18 coming out, it's not a bad score for the Cougars. You just look to see if they can keep this condition and physicality and speed up, as the Dragons have a deeper bench than the Cougars. So you just look to see, like you said, that third and fourth quarter, if they can just keep it up.
Definitely. We see, talking about depth there for the Dragons, we see a lot of experienced guys, people that have been in the program, but not much of that, as you can say, for the Cougars. A lot of new faces, young guys stepping up into new roles. We'd like to see the improvement that we've seen throughout the season. You can't lie that there has been steps made that you can see game in and game out for the Cougars.
Looking at the bench, Max Yao back on the bench for the Cougars. So that's also a good sign of young, promising talent for a couple years next for Coach Dowden and the Cougars.
Definitely, and Gabe Powell, freshman coming in.
Absolutely.
Starting tonight, playing a big role here.
The Cougars, everybody's returning except Landon Jackson. So, you see next year what his impact of him leaving does to the Cougars.
As the Dragons come out in a 2-3 zone. Cougars have looked to run some of that motion offense they saw earlier against the Dragons in the first half. It's a good move there by Landon Doyle to finish with the right hand at the basket. Landon Jackson almost gets a steal there. See a lot of that give and go action as Tavion Reed draws the foul. I believe that foul is going to be on Gabe Powell. Yep, Gabe Powell. Xavier Clark, he'll drive free throw line. Floater with the right, good off the backboard.
Love to see that elevation from him. Keeping that body control, staying up. The finest Douglas really contested that.
Definitely good balance to his levitation there. Nice finish with the right. Douglas rip baseline. Good defense there by Reed. Spin move, he'll go up to the left. Knocked around, out of bounds. It'll remain Cougar basketball.
I don't mind finest Douglas there attacking, breaking out his defender. But, you know, going up with 3 defenders, I'm not really sure. I'm sure it's somewhere he could have kicked it out, not try to force that layup.
Definitely.
He definitely got bailed out with the Dragons having a turnover. So
100%. Could have landed on 2, pass fake, found an open guy. You know, a bunch of other options in that kind of forced layup. Juice Doyle, mid-range.
Just off the mark. Rebound. Oh.
6-footers long off the iron for Landon Jackson. Frazier pushes the pace, gets the and one basket there. Foul will be on Duke Williams.
Not an and one.
Oh, excuse me, sorry. I was looking at the stat sheet as the shot went up. Excuse me.
Duke Williams second, don't want to see him get any more fouls for halftime. As Frazier misses the first.
Yeah, we saw a little bit of the fouls impacting Duke Williams last game. Had a big first half, 14 points early, and then
Frazier
3 fouls in the first half, and ended up going ghost completely in that second half, honestly.
Great defense here by White on Landon Doyle.
Landon Doyle, rip baseline.
Oh, and a turnover.
Good hands there by Niels for the Dragons. He'll push the pace.
Great defense by Duke Williams. And
Travel. Great call there by the ref. Good defense by Duke Williams.
For a minute there, they're going to call a foul on Duke Williams, but he was straight up, you know.
Yeah, I can agree. That was straight up defense there. Love to see it from Duke Williams.
Way to beat the press
Landon
there.
Doyle find Williams down low.
Great look.
Good
by
extra
Duke
pass there. Fumbled by good mid-range and almost knocked down. As Frazier pushes the pace for the Dragons. He'll go up strong with the right and he'll miss. Good fit on the putback. It's White.
Like I said, the Cougars are going to have to get rebounds. They cannot let the Dragons continue to get offensive rebounds. And a nice layup to find Landon Jackson down low on the block.
That was great footwork there by Landon Jackson. Grab that pass, land on 2, go back up strong. Let's see him collect himself, keep his balance. Good finish there by Landon Jackson.
Absolutely. Cougars still in the 2-3 zone, which has been great. They've been working for him, honestly, all day. So.
Definitely. I don't have any complaints from them staying in the 2-3 zone here.
Once again, offensive rebounds for the Cougars. They're going to have to rebound. And it's still by Finest Douglas.
Good outlet pass. It'll be Landon Doyle blocked from behind by the Dragons. It'll remain Cougar basketball.
You know, I don't know if Landon Doyle just thought he had an easy layup there, but he slowed down. He had the ball at the free throw line. Great pass by Finest Douglas. Just look to see him try to, keep the hustle and just get all the way to the basket.
100%. He'll find Buford in the corner. It'll be Doyle. Powell resets. He'll drive free throw line. Knocked away by Frazier.
Another turnover for the Cougars.
It'll be Reed. He'll go up strong with the right end. Finish. Nice move there by the Dragons.
That was a tough layup there.
Definitely a good finish there by Tavion Reed.
And the timeout by the Cougars.
Santana, what do you think Coach Dowden's going to be focusing on, cutting this 5-point lead?
Offensive rebound.
Definitely. That's a struggle for the Cougars. In a 2-3 zone, it's hard to get a body on somebody and, push them out. But what do you think? What do they need to do to fix that?
Box out, put your body on somebody, get physical with the Dragons. You know, a lot of times they beat teams because of their physical impact and they just play together. The physicality has to be there for the Cougars, and they have to limit turnovers. Turnovers are also
Definitely.
very, very crucial.
I think on the boards for the rest of the first half, I think the Cougars want to see all 5 people crashing the boards at all times. Make sure the rebound's secure before we start, maybe getting out and running or, looking for a second chance bat. Make sure the rebound is secured. Get as many second chance points, get as many, defense. You cannot let up any more offensive rebounds for the Dragons, and they're going to continue to grow this lead.
Gary Johnson checks back in for the Dragons. Didn't really see him much in that first quarter. Look to see what he can do for the Dragons. Coming out of this timeout, what do you think the Cougars need to do in order to get back in this game, Connor?
Besides from the rebounds, I think on offense, we saw Finest Douglas show his shooting ability last game. Maybe get back to him. He hit one already today. Maybe see a little bit of more diversity on offense. We've seen that they can get to the rim, get easy baskets to the rim. Maybe put up a 3 now.
Finest is down to break his defenders. Pass to Jackson. Look like the Dragons went back to a man defense. Finds Buford down low.
Powell try to set the Cougars in offense. It'll be Douglas at the top of the key. He'll rip baseline, draw the foul. It'll be on the floor. We're going to push. It looks to be on number 11, Xavier Clark on the Dragons.
That would be his second foul of the game. Team's first. Going back to Finest Douglas. Ooh.
Powell, good move there.
I thought Finest was going to let that go in the corner.
Breaking down Johnson. He'll find Buford in the corner. Open three-pointer is off the rim. Collected by Clark. It'll be out and running Niels. He'll go up strong left hand, and it's good for the Dragons.
Well, this is what you don't like to see. The Cougars look like they're starting to break down. And a great pass by Finest Douglas. But
again, fumbled by Landon Jackson. We talked about him coming down with 2 feet on that last one. Get back to that. Secure with 2 hands, come down on 2 feet, and go back up strong.
Yeah, looking at it, Connor, the Cougars like they're breaking down. That stride they had in that first quarter is like it's really dying.
Getting
the Dragons
tired.
move the ball around.
Getting tired for the second half here. Want to see the Cougars maybe get a little bit of rejuvenation, look to the bench, get some people that haven't, had as much time on the floor today.
And one for number 24, Niels.
Foul will be on Landon Doyle. That's his first of the night. Free throws missed by Niels.
Great pressure here by the Dragons. But Gabe Powell's able to dribble out of it. Another turnover by Finest Douglas.
Gary Johnson, he'll push the pace. Goes up strong with the right hand through Finest Douglas there. Nice finish by Johnson. Powell showing off some handles at half court. He'll get trapped and draw a foul there. I'd like to see Powell handle the pressure there with some flash, shown to not be phased at all by the pressure. Regardless of turnovers, he's got, high energy, high spirits.
Little freshman with a lot of attitude there.
100%. Is Doyle. He'll steal his defender. He'll go up strong with the right. Good offense there by Cougars on the inbound.
What a pass there by Gabe Powell. See Landon Doyle sealing off his defender down low.
It'll be Johnson to Johnson up top.
Down to the corner.
Johnson three-pointer.
Off the mark, and another offensive rebound for the Dragons.
Johnson goes up, 2-hand dunk there. Enforcing presence down low. First time we've seen him get really active on the rim tonight.
Yeah. Finest Douglas dribbles the ball up the court. And another turnover. He's really forcing the ball out here. Don't like to see
left
that.
hand. That's good. Coach Down will call another timeout for the Cougars. They need to talk it over, recoup, and find a game plan here before going into half.
The Cougars, they have to move the ball. They cannot get back to this ISO basketball that they've been playing all year. when they moved the ball, just like in last Bellevue Academy, they were able to put 100 points up. So they have to get back to find that ball movement, find the extra pass, and just trust each other.
Yeah, and we see back-to-back turnovers there for the Cougars. You know, isolation basketball. You know, swing the rock, find the open guy. You're drawing two. See a little bit more motion offense from the Cougars and just, you know,
Absolutely.
pass fake and driving here. Not much of the action going on.
Like I said, a lot of transition buckets here for the Dragons off the Cougars turnovers. They're going to have to limit the turnovers.
That's where you really see them extended that lead. It's now grown to 15 for the Dragons. Cougars look to fight back before entering the second half. Powell inbound the basketball.
And another turnover coming out for the Cougars. Just a forced pass there by Gabe Powell. As Johnson drives to the layup.
Good hands there by Jackson. Look at a foul call.
Late call there, Connor. Late call.
Late call, a little bit of a questioned one by Landon Jackson.
Only his first. Not really nothing to worry about. But it is the Cougars scored one more, and the Dragons will be in a double bonus.
Not what they want to see going into the half. Want to be able to play physical defense when they fight back in this lead. You know, can't play much of that if you're giving up free throws on the foul.
Absolutely. Johnson misses the first free throw.
Long off the
second
iron.
as well, but another offensive rebound for the Dragons.
It'll be Neal's three-pointer is up. Off the rim, rebounded by, tipped around, knocked around again, and rebounded by Powell.
Not what you like to see, honestly. I mean, I don't mind that rebound by Powell, but you need to see the Cougars big. Everybody crashing the board. The smallest guard on the court should not be getting the rebound.
Good find there by Finest Douglas down low to Buford. Look at some flash there with that pass. Kind of lost the defender there with his eyes. As Johnson will go up strong on the putback, and he'll throw it off the backboard there, collected by Buford.
Finest Douglas will be a little shaken up from that play. Nice layup by Landon Doyle.
Nice finish there with the right. Cougars electing to stay in this 2-3 zone with a minute remaining, not showing any signs they want to add any bit of pressure to the offense for the Dragons here.
And a blocking foul by Landon.
I think if the Cougars want to see, you know, a little bit of change here in the attitude of the game, they might want to start pressuring the Dragons, make them, you know, make quick decisions. They're kind of being allowed to do whatever they want out
I
there.
think that'll be a halftime adjustment. Coach down and may take a look at it and see if they can switch to this man. Just, you know, try to force turnovers. But, I mean, in the beginning, the zone was really working. And as, you know, fatigue gets, and it just start breaking down every little, you know, transition bucket and every little basket for the Dragons.
You know, may see them come out at 2-2-1 if they want to keep that zone look, you know, increase the pressure a little bit, maybe full court zone trap. Who knows? For the Cougars, definitely a halftime adjustment possibly. Hope to see that if they want to fight back, win this game here.
Clark misses the first free throw. And with that foul, the Dragons are in the double bonus. So every foul from here going for this last minute and 9 seconds will be at the free throw line. And he mixed both of them. And an over-the-back call on number 32, White. Nice box out there by Finest Douglas. Cougars look to beat the press. Landon Doyle and Gabe Powell in the backcourt. Finest Douglas in the middle.
Douglas picks up his dribble. He'll find Powell. A little bit of hands there for the Dragons. Frazier. Good find there by Doyle, excuse me.
You know, I don't think Duke expected. I think Duke was expecting Landon Doyle to shoot that, and he just didn't see that pass.
Good elevation there by Gary Johnson. He'll rise above the two Cougar defenders and finish at the right.
I'm going to be honest, Connor. If the Cougars didn't have his turnovers and transition record, I think they'll only be down 5 points.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Good block there from behind. Looked like Gary Johnson got a little piece of that, and maybe a little bit of number 21 as well.
A lot is going to have to be discussed in this locker room for the Cougars. They want to get back into this game. You know, going into the second quarter, they were only down 5 points.
You know,
and it just looked to unfold. It just unfolded. You see a little frustration on the court from the Cougars. Not what you'd like to see early in this first half.
And not an impossible deficit to fight back from. Only 13 points, you know, grew 8 points coming from the first quarter, but still definitely they can come back within an entire second half remaining. They got time to make adjustments. Duke Williams will find Douglas.
2 seconds left here for the Cougars. Going to get the last shot. Finance breaks down Johnson. And another turnover. He's just forcing the ball out here. He's not looking.
Good block there off the
great
backboard
block.
by Landon Doyle.
I mean, I don't know what's going on with Finance Douglas. Like, this is not Finance. Seems like he's just trying to play one-on-one basketball here and not look for his teammates.
A lot of turnovers tonight.
A lot of turnovers.
Turnover 2 and White.
And an easy basket for the Dragons. Duke Williams does not see the defender. He allows the defender to get behind him.
Not what you want to see going into the half.
Absolutely not. Going in the half, your St. Mary's Dragons, not just St. Mary's Dragons, I'm sorry. St. Mary's Dragons up 43 and your Luther Cougars 28. Gotta have that talk in the locker room. Try to get the energy they had in this first quarter back.
Yeah, definitely got to have a change of attitude coming into the next half. It's just not even the same Cougars that we saw in the first quarter. They completely had a drop in energy. Emotions started to show a little more in the second quarter as the lead grew. Don't have room for much of that in a 15-point game.
Absolutely.
As we thank our Lutheran High School cheerleaders actually were just national champions. Shout out Lutheran High School cheerleaders.
Ring them, baby, ring them.
Ring them.
I can't play no more.
Just
I can't do nothing. I
continue
broke my leg.
rebounding well. We was defending well. We got to do a better job of stopping their cutters, the catch in the paint. And we just got to continue sharing the ball like we've been doing. Can't turn the ball
I can
over.
recover, but
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We saw a lot of soft pressure on the 2-3 zone.
That's one of them injuries. Is like,
Pressure coming different.
yeah.
Oh, yeah, we want to invite them to shoot threes. Number 2's the only one to hit threes. We want to continue to invite threes and rebound the ball well.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Love to hear it. Yeah, I'm gonna win.
Welcome back to Luther Network. Connor, what do you think the Cougars' message was at halftime to get back into this game?
You know, they said they want to see the Dragons shoot as many threes as they want. So I don't think they're going to change much of their defensive game plan. They're still going to look to pack the paint, less of those give-and-go opportunities for the Dragons, let them get to the rim. I think that's going to be their main focus going into this next half, is eliminating those easy baskets at the rim.
Absolutely. I guess
As we are looking for the referees, I believe.
You know, Connor, you want to hear this? Oh,
Yeah.
this also happened in the JV game. You know, our referees just weren't nowhere to be found. So now there's a game delay trying to find our referees.
You know, this is a bit unfortunate.
And there they are. There we are.
There's one shiny head.
I don't know. I don't know how you get a paying job and you're late, but hey, you're here.
terrible.
Let's play basketball. Check up.
I
Let's get it.
honestly hate it
Wipe
so
the
much,
shoes.
but
Back in the Dragons. Check the ball
Johnson,
back
he'll find
in.
Clark.
And this third quarter is underway for the Lutheran Cougars.
Niels, he'll shoot the 8-footer.
And-
Nothing but net.
Yep.
Good shot there.
Not what you want to see coming out of halftime. You know, looking at some of the Cougars' faces, they look really defeated, honestly.
Not a lot of talking out there on defense, you know, not sprinting off ball. Do have a little bit of defeated look in them.
Finest Douglas is down to break down Niels. And another turnover by Finest Douglas. I mean, he's just playing with the ball out here. He's not look like he doesn't take it serious. That's at least 5 or 6 turnovers on Finest Douglas
Definitely.
alone.
You get a 5-second call there on Finest Douglas. That'll
Just-
be Johnson to Clark
yeah.
to Johnson.
That's just not the Finest Douglas you usually see in these games.
Johnson 3 ball is up, short
Off
off
the
the
mark.
iron.
Rebound by Gabe Powers. Looks to push the ball down the court. Looked like the Dragons went back into their man defense. You know, just playing regular man, switching on everything. Landon Doyle gets to the basket and off the mark.
You know, while the Cougars are inviting the Dragons to shoot threes, it seems as if the Dragons are inviting the Cougars to go to the rim. They don't think that they can handle their athletic ability and are being effective
As
too much rather
Johnson
than
3 is up and it's off, but an offensive rebound by Clark for the Dragons for the easy 2.
put back there by the Dragons.
I mean, yeah, it's just the Cougars they look out of after that first quarter, which, you know, I kind of said it just depends how long they can play with that type of aggression and
Big
physicality
trap
with
at
the
half
Dragons.
court there. Powell fumbles the basketball. They'll be thrown ahead. Clark off the backboard to Johnson, and he'll finish with 2 hands.
Alley-oop.
Nice ball movement there by the Dragons on the fast break. A little bit of razzle-dazzle there.
You know, we don't see that a lot here at Lutheran.
Not at all. That was some showboating, some flashiness there.
Yeah, a lot of frustration coming off this court for the Cougars right now.
You know, frustrated with the fact that they're just unable to make adjustments, it seems. You know, playing the same basketball they played that led them to this deficit, you know?
Absolutely. Absolutely, Connor.
Need to see more of a focus on adjusting and improving rather than being frustrated over what's happening in the game.
Also, what I've noticed, not a lot of subs for the Cougars. Not a lot of subs. That might be, people are gassed and tired. Haven't seen Sam Mudd. Haven't seen Fulton. Duke Williams, it's really early in his third quarter. He hasn't really came in. I'm sure he'll get his minutes. But, Will Mesa also being out. So that kind of messes up rotation for Coach Dowden. And I think he just needs to get those subs in and give some of these guys a break.
Yeah, Finest Douglas definitely been in all game. He could definitely be gassed out there. Landon Doyle as well, Gabe Powell, Aiden Buford. All four of those guys really been in the majority of the basketball game tonight. Landon Jackson and Duke Williams being the really only two subs we've seen.
As the Cougars look to inbound the ball. Great defense and another turnover by Finest Douglas. Down to Johnson, his layup. It is good. It's just really getting out of hand, honestly.
Gabe Powell. He'll cross the half court. Look to find Doyle in the corner. That pass is knocked away by Clark and out of bounds. It'll remain Cougar basketball.
A lot of careless basketball with these passes. It just lacks the technical passes. This Williams checks back in the game for the Cougars.
As Powell takes a seat there. He'll get a talking to by Coach Dowden. Maybe clean up some of those errant passes. Get a pass fake. Good over-the-top pass there by Doyle. Not collected by Finest Douglas. Just kind of let it bounce there and it landed out of bounds.
In my head right now, Connor, I think it's at least 11 turnovers by the Cougars, and that's just an estimated guess. If I could take a bet, it would be over 11.
Definitely double digits. Cougars are not going to win a basketball game.
And the alley-oop for the Dragons by Johnson, his third dunk of the game.
Good over-the-top pass as Duke Williams gets caught in the middle of that alley-oop there.
As the young kids would say, head tap.
Head tap for certain. Landon Doyle will find Duke Williams in the back door. He'll fumble and turn the basketball over. Dragons basketball.
If I'm the Cougars, honestly, I'm scared to go to the next practice with Coach Dowden. I'm sure he's going to make them run for all these turnovers. This is just careless basketball.
100%. They've really shot themselves in the foot.
Yeah, especially coming off this 100-point game over Believe Academy. It just looked like some of them still going off that game like they just riding that high hand. It's just the Dragons have really came and just smacked them up.
Maybe a little too much confidence or, not as prepared for this game as they were for the last. We got trap up top there. Johnson comes from behind. Knocked out of bounds by Johnson.
The Cougars, they see the passes. It's just this Dragons defense so quick with the ball moving, to move with the ball, and just a lot of tip passes, honestly.
Yeah, good rotations there for the Dragons on defense, not allowing the Cougars to find the open guy when they are getting double team. Find Doyle in the corner. Here we're at baseline, double team. With Douglas. Good contest there by Johnson. It'll be blocked.
By Johnson.
Landon Jackson, he'll shoot with three.
His
it's
three
long
long.
off the iron.
Niels with the rebound.
Jump by Williams. Intercepted by Paco Jackson. He'll go up strong with the right. Short off the iron. Rebounded by Williams. A good finish there on the putback.
A little more of that, Connor. That's what the Cougars need to do. Try to get they should have been dominating the rebounds, honestly, but it's just like the Dragons have just been dominating rebounds.
Yeah, we don't see much of discrepancy when it comes to the height matchup in this game, but definitely a little bit of discrepancy when it comes to the athleticism. Maybe a little bit of longer athletes for the Dragons and the other team. As we get to see another dunk there by Ben Johnson. He's just toying with him now. Collects the ball on the failed alley-oop, takes it back to the corner, and just gets an easy dunk there. Trap there, Johnson, Clark, and Williams will fall out of bounds there.
I know I'm not a player coach, so I don't want to get frustrated. But the turnovers for the Cougars are honestly, this looks like middle school basketball if you ask me, Connor.
Unable to handle the rock, pressure, forcing a lot of fumbles, and then even the worst part being is the unforced turnovers that we've seen the Cougars. That's hard to swallow as a coach and as a fan for certain. As you see a 3-ball up there and missed by Frazier. Look at a foul behind there. Looks to be on 21.
Finest Douglas looks to dribble over the ball. Down the court, down to Fulton. And that shot is blocked. And we get a jump
ball called there. See number 21 on the Dragons get the hand on the ball.
In possession of the Cougars. That I like that from Finest, Nice tight handles. Find that down to Fulton. He just wasn't ready for that pass. Like I said, hasn't been in the game. So you just come in and then you expect so much out of him, but he hasn't had that, hey, let me get this he just hasn't had that all game.
Cold hands, cold feet, cold legs. Takes a minute to maybe get adjusted to the in-game speed, get, your legs underneath you if you haven't been running in a while. He's been sitting on the bench, You can't be stretched on the bench.
Yeah, another, Sam Mudd just checked in the game. I see him walk to the table, so another fresh legs for the Cougars. You just wonder why it took so long to get these subs in. Get Aiden Buford, get Finest Douglas, Landon Doyle, just get those at least 2 minutes of rest, honestly. And just
waiting till the 25-point deficit seems to be just a little bit too late for the Cougars. Maybe they'll come out and make a difference, but who knows? We'll see.
I haven't seen Gabe Powell in a while either, so he's ready to go. It's just, I think the Dragons have been just out physical. The Cougars right now, just the turnovers have really killed them.
Outrunning them, playing more athletically, playing free. Ooh, nice pull up there by Sam Mudd. It'll be off the rim, though. Johnson pushed the pace. He'll go up strong through Landon Jackson. He'll draw the foul.
Yeah, Johnson has just been dominating down low. 3 dunks, plenty of rebounds. He's just all around the court for the Dragons.
Definitely been the biggest factor for the Dragons when it comes to their inside scoring. They've really improved in that category when it came to the second half, in this third quarter specifically. They've just exploded down low, and with the help mainly of, Gary Johnson. Very athletic wing there, getting on the rim at ease. Able to outrun the Cougars on the fast break. Definitely a good weapon there for the Dragons. We'll find Fulton down low. Good footwork down low. Spin.
Just in and out of the rim. Out of bounds on the Dragons. Nice footwork down there for Fulton. You don't see that a lot, but he got down there, got it up.
Got to the other side of the basket. It wasn't a bad shot there by Fulton Hilbrand. See a mid-range pull-up by Landon Doyle, and it's good from 16 feet out. Nice shot there by number 3, Doyle. Dragons will push the pace. It'll be White in the corner. He'll save it. Good poke away by Doyle. It'll remain
great back tap there by Doyle. Just try to slow this Dragon offense down. There's just been, running up and down the court on the Cougars.
We talked about it last game. We talked about it this game. Fast break is where teams grow their. As we get a putback dunk there by Gary Johnson from behind.
Offensive rebound.
If you don't put a body on him, he's going to go up over
If you do not put a body, he's going to go up. He can out-jump anybody in this gym. So if you don't find him and put a body and box out, that is the result you're going to get.
And Landon Jackson learns the hard way there. Gets almost climbed on by Gary Johnson.
And in that possession alone, it was two offensive rebounds. The initial three-pointer missed. You see a guard come down and crash the board for the Dragons, and then that's off, and then Johnson just finished the plays. And like you said, climbs on the back of Landon Jackson and flushes it down on his head. As we get a foul here on 00, Tavion Reed, I'm assuming. Yep, Tavion Reed. His first, team second.
The Cougars have now fallen to a 27-point deficit. Not much of a hope or a fighting chance left in this game. Really look to just show they can handle the pressure the rest of the game here. Keep the turnovers to a minimum, stay out of foul trouble, stay healthy for the next game as Doyle gets trapped there hard by Tavion Reed and Davion Frazier, excuse me.
That'd be Reed's second, team's third. Inbound to Sam Mudd, back to Doyle. He looks down low for Fulton, and it is blocked by Johnson as he gets the rebound. Looks up the court, pushes down the court, gets down low, finds Reed in the corner. His three-pointer short. A rebound by Landon Jackson.
He'll push the pace. Johnson blocked off the backboard. Landon Jackson's layup is denied. As 29 goes up strong with the right hand and finishes. Landon Jackson, good spin move there, fumbles the basketball. Throws off the backboard and collected by Johnson. He'll push the pace again. Goes strong with the right and drop. Actually, excuse me, that does not draw the foul there. Collects the travel.
I mean, Connor, looking at my shot chart, not a lot of shot put up for the Cougars. And you look at the first and second half, a lot of shots put up. You look at this third quarter, only 5 shots have been put up. Only 5.
Unable to even create open shots on offense, really just turn the basketball over here, or that's it. A lot of turnovers here in this third quarter.
A lot of turnovers.
See.
And Finus Douglas draws a foul, maybe gives the Cougar a little momentum boost.
Number 21, Sham Hobson, his second. Team's
I mean, how many points did the Cougars have coming into this second half? Like 27?
I
27
so.
and only have put up another 6 points. 6 points or so. It's just kind of sad.
5.
I'm not good at math. It's all right, guys. Yeah, that's exactly why I got my math credits early.
Misses the first free throw there for the Cougars. Excuse me, makes the first free throw.
Misses the second. You jinxed him there, Connor.
Yeah, that's on me there.
Yeah. Looks down low for the Dragons. Number 5 brings the ball up. Reed gets it up top.
He'll find White.
And a
Pass
turnover
stolen by Doyle.
Tries to get the contact and finishes at the rim.
Good work there by Landon Doyle. Is aware of the defender from behind. Acknowledges his presence. Tries to draw contact. See a good finish there. Down low.
Jelly fam. Bring me back to 2015.
Nice up and under there by Tavion Reed, excuse me. So we get a foul call there on White.
His third, team's 5th. So that will put the Cougars in a double bonus. Not sure that matters much, but, I mean, it's something.
And not with 30 seconds left in the quarter and down 29.
And this is definitely one of those old-fashioned butt whoopers that you sit, you go home, you look at yourself in the mirror like, what else could I have done, honestly?
Yeah, they're going to be dreaming about this game tonight. You know, thinking about the mistakes they could have fixed or gotten back. But reality is can't get it back, so maybe need to focus on next game for the Cougars.
Next game, honestly, yeah. Sam Mudd knocks down both free throws at the charity stripe.
Davion Frazier sets up the offense. It'll be White at the top of the key. 3 ball up for 21. Long off the iron. Rebounded by Johnson. He'll go up strong and finish with the and one opportunity coming to him at the line.
I mean, I honestly wish I had a sheet that showed me the offensive rebounds for the Dragons and just see how many points they got off of offensive rebounds alone, not even including rebounds that when the Cougars missed or turnover, just offensive rebounds alone, Connor.
Second chance baskets have definitely been a focal point for the St. Mary's Dragons as they've grown this lead to 30 points now.
As Johnson knocks down the free throw. And
Mudd,
another turnover.
Picked off by Frazier. It'll be Tavion Reed. Spin move. Go up. Nice floater there.
Nice touch. I mean, beautiful touch. 4 seconds left for the Cougars. Finus Douglas looks to shoot with mid-range, and it is in.
Good from Finus Douglas before the buzzer. Cougars, not much of a chance to fight back in this game, but can definitely keep their energy high, the faces clean. No mean mugging out there. Show that they are still out there competing. happy to be out there playing basketball.
I mean, Connor, down 30, what could the Cougars do to even be like a moral victory? Just something to be proud of, honestly.
Cut down the turnovers. No more turnovers in the fourth quarter. Eliminate the second chance baskets. Those things that, hurt your morale, eliminate them from the basketball game.
Yeah.
Be competitive.
Yeah, I mean, I hit it right on the nail there. Nothing else we could say, honestly.
Play some more physical basketball. The Cougars have been getting kind of pushed around a little bit here in that third quarter.
Yeah. I think next game for the Cougars will be the St. Dominic Crusaders. So you look to see how they will bounce back from this loss here, and just try to get back St. Dominic Crusaders, who have been our crosstown rival for a while. So you just hope they can get that Cougar basketball back and just become that brotherhood like I've been preaching, just so
Definitely.
they can get victories going into districts.
Another competitive team, St. Dominic Crusaders. They are look to shoot the lights out like they have in previous years. Cougars need to play good pressure defense within the half court at all times. Cannot let the St. Dominic Crusaders catch on fire. It might be another long night for the Cougars.
Another long one. As a whole new lineup comes in for the Dragons.
Let's see Niels inbound the basketball to Peyton Allen.
Nice name there, Peyton Allen. Dragons look to waste a couple clock, just going to the motion offense here. Pass out to Johnson up top. I mean, yeah, they're just draining the clock here, Connor.
Yeah, I believe we have a running clock, 30-point game. Get a mid-range pull-up there by number 20, Peyton Allen. Pass stolen by Landon
Doyle there
Pass
with a
collected
nice two from the pass
by
from Landon
Doyle.
Jackson.
Had to make a little bit of an athletic play there to save that basketball.
Basket number 3, Gary Johnson. Timeout, St. Mary's.
Gary Johnson remaining to be an imposing factor.
He's
driving to the rim.
He's just
Cougars
scoring whenever he wants to.
unable to, stop him from getting to his spot.
Honestly, the only thing he hasn't really shot a lot. But, I mean, if you're getting to the basket just this easy, there's no need to, honestly. You're just dominating the paint, and you're just imposing your will.
Not at all. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Gary
all.
Johnson being very productive on offense, taking a lot of high efficiency looks, and I believe he's got.
I
mean, listening to Coach Dowden here, a lot of frustration. Sorry to cut you off there, Conrad. But it's just something we can't ignore.
Yeah.
But yeah, back to Johnson. I mean, he's averaging 18.8 points a game. Honestly,
He's got 24 points tonight. Improving on the average.
Yeah.
But great performance for him tonight.
Absolutely.
As tonight's themes for our break songs are cities, songs about cities. So if anybody has any guesses, drop them down below in the comments.
I sure don't.
I didn't have a single guess.
Not a
tonight.
single guess tonight. Absolutely not.
I was familiar with some of the names, Billy Joel and whatnot, but
Me personally,
unaware of the songs.
Me personally, when I think of city, I think of Nelly. Air Force Ones from the Loop, baby, 314. Grills in the mouth.
Landon Doyle brings the basketball up for the Cougars. Another trap there at half court. Dragons not relinquishing the pressure. As Sam Mudd behind the back pass there, throws out of bounds.
It's not a bad idea, Connor. But if you got it in your bag, do it. If you don't, I would not try it in a game like this.
A little bit of unnecessary flashiness down 30 there. Throws it out of bounds. But like the idea, maybe see him get a little more confident in that pass. See it improve as Gary Johnson smokes the right-hand layup there. Doyle
pass
throw it
up
ahead
court.
to Douglas. He'll go up to the left. Good finish there by Finus. Cougars get out and running there.
The Dragons don't even look like they want to slow down. Like they want to put up as many points as they can on the Cougars, which would make sense. A lot of 90 and 100-point games for the Dragons this year.
Yeah, they have a theme, a mantra they've stuck to all year: blow teams out as much as they can. And
I'm not mad at it, honestly. Get that confidence up. Like I said, going into district, St. Mary Dragons definitely gonna be a team you look out for.
Definitely can't argue with them when we did it last game. And St. Mary's might have had a few more blowouts than we have this year.
Yeah.
Not showing any signs of stopping yet as we get a good contest there by Elijah Alexander. We get a foul on number 23, Michael Shaw, beforehand.
Foul number 23, Michael Shaw, his
I mean, Landon Doyle's been drawing a lot of fouls around the Dragon. That jab step, try to get down low, but it's just not enough tonight, Connor.
Definitely. His Finest Douglas open there in the corner for the three. His three-pointer is up and good. You know, we talked about Finest Douglas shooting at a high clip the last game. Haven't seen much, three-point opportunities from tonight. Maybe, a little, drying the well up a little bit.
Nice layup there by Michael.
Not creating him opportunities on offense,
Sorry.
Cougars didn't focus on that much.
Last layup there by Peyton Allen. I'm sorry. Nice layup, though. Way to have body control. As Landon Doyle goes down and gets another two back for the Cougars.
As Michael Shaw pushes the pace, he'll go up with the right hand.
Rebound by
Rebounded
Sam
by
Mudd.
As Dragons try to trap there on the baseline, Landon Jackson will draw the foul, go up strong. Does not collect the and one opportunity. He got hit in the eye there a little bit, wincing there.
Foul number 20, Peyton Allen, his first, team's second.
Whole new lineup looks like coming in for the Dragons. I'm not mad to get your starters off. Give them that rest. Give these, people that maybe they don't get a lot of minutes time. As Landon Jackson knocks down the first. I mean, yeah, it's not a lot we can say here tonight. It's just been a dominant performance by the Dragons. Landon Jackson misses the second.
Unenthusiastic basketball from the Cougars.
Dragons push up the ball at the court, and then, just off the mark. Jackson looks to push the ball down the court. Don't really see that a lot.
Talked about energy all night, and still not a lot of it for the Cougars. We see a lot of emotion, a lot of upset faces out there. Some back and forth talking, but, a lot of lack of effort as well. Not seeing a lot of energy, diving for loose balls, nothing like that for the Cougars.
Definitely something Coach Dowd is going to talk to his team about in the film session.
Definitely. Jackson shoots another free throw, and that first one's good.
Knocks down both for Jackson. 5 minutes and 13 seconds left in this game in the fourth quarter. At this point, and a foul unnecessary foul by Finest Douglas, honestly. I just keep your feet under you, stay in front of them, no reaching. You don't have to put your body on.
Not much to argue there. That was pretty blatant, clear foul there by Finest Douglas. Look to play a little hands-off defense here as the Cougars are just trying to make it out of this game with some dignity here. White drives to the rim.
Off the mark for White. Sam Mudd with the rebound. Back to Jackson, but he will get a travel. Honestly, I wouldn't even, call him. He had a defender running into him. He just tried to collect the ball there, but it's just once you collect that ball, you take those extra steps, it's over with.
Over with there as Landon Jackson collects a turnover for the Cougars.
Frazier looks to push the ball up for the Dragons. Ooh, great pass there by Reed.
They're at 21, put up the three. Short off the iron again. Doyle puts the pace. It'll be Landon Jackson out in front. He'll go up at the right.
Smokes it long.
White will go up on the rim. Blows the missed dunk opportunity. Throws it out of bounds. It'll be Cougar basketball.
He tried to get his first in-game dunk there, Connor. As Max Yao checks in for the game for the Cougars, another freshman. I mean, like I said, honestly, going back, Gabe Powell's not getting back in this game. I'm not sure if he has, a lot of fouls. I don't think he has a lot of fouls.
Maybe that can be attributed to the consistent turnovers he had in the first quarter. Was unable to handle the pressure early in the game. Didn't seem to be fazed by it, but I guess that showed to not matter to Coach Dowden as he sat Gabe Powell almost the entire second half here tonight.
Another turnover by Finest Douglas. I mean, what are we going to take an estimate, Connor? That's 8 turnovers on Douglas?
Yeah, definitely. It's something upwards of 10.
Shaw knocks down the easy two, gets Finest
digits.
Douglas in the air. I'm sorry, what were you saying, Connor?
Approaching double-digit turnovers for Finest Douglas for sure.
Alone. Landon Doyle gets to the mid-range. That's good.
Good shot there by Landon Doyle. Force the Dragons full timeout.
3 minutes, 54 seconds left in this game. You know, just at this point, it just feels very. It's just. I mean, it's just over with, Connor. Honestly, there's nothing much more we can say. And it's just at this point, you're just trying to play for pride at this point.
Yeah, keep your dignity, keep players healthy. As we see Landon Jackson make his way over to the athletic trainer, he'll probably see the rest of the game, the remainder of the game on the bench there.
Yeah,
he's definitely a player that we would rather have healthy than hurt in a late blowout game.
Absolutely. I couldn't agree with you more there, Connor.
Coach Dowden looks to maybe eliminate turnovers. Looking in the last 4 minutes of this game, they've just, throughout the second half, just increased and began to fumble every single basketball. A surplus of turnovers in the second half.
I mean, at least 20 to 25 points here for the Dragons off Cougar turnover. Even if it's not transition, just turn the ball over and just come down that next possession, knock down a 2, knock down a 3, and it's just that's the story of the game.
Can't win a basketball game. Turn the basketball over.
Cannot win the basketball game if you do not have control of the basketball.
1,000%.
Frazier looks to push the ball up. I mean, the Dragons don't look to slow down at all, like we said. That they're trying, get those extra hours you may not get. As Doyle goes for the pass. Really tight defense here on Frazier.
Frazier.
Down the corner, number 32 blows by Duke Williams and gets the dunk. Jaden White with the flush.
Blew his first opportunity, gets it back there. Nice baseline rip. Goes up strong with the right hand. Good 1 foot, 1 hand dunk.
Another turnover. I like the idea Duke Williams had there, just a little
Michael
too late.
Saul goes up strong with the right. Nice finish there through contact.
Gotta love the English on that one there, Connor.
Nice finish.
And I'm not talking about muffins from McDonald's.
Max Yao find Doyle in the corner. Get a foul there on Davian Frazier. 3:04 remaining.
Yeah.
Surprised we don't have a running clock here. Down 30.
I'm not really sure in the high school rules. I don't know if it's just regardless.
Down
It just has to go.
Excuse me.
Max Yao gets the ball down low. Nice pass to Sam Mudd for the easy 2.
Good left
for
hand
the
finish
Cougars.
there by Sam Mudd. Pass thrown out of bounds by Tavion Reed. Unable to be collected by Jordan Frazier. It'll be Cougar basketball.
Finest Douglas looks to try to set up the offense. Looking at it, I think the Dragons are in a 1-2-2 zone, and another turnover by the Cougars.
Thrown out of bounds there. Cougars just falling apart here.
I mean,
unable to keep this game just rolling now at this point.
In the first quarter, I honestly thought this was going to be a tough game, and it's maybe an early upset.
A competitive basketball game for certain. 5-point game going into the second quarter.
And a nice block there by Doyle, but another offensive rebound for Elijah Alexander.
Good rebound and put back there by number 50 for the Dragons. It'll be Doyle, rips free throw line, throws the lob to Duke Williams.
Another turnover. It just doesn't stop for the Cougars. As fine as Douglas, great contest, but Alexander gets the rebound and puts in the easy 2.
Nice left-hand floater there from Alexander. As Doyle spins baseline, block from behind.
Max Yao gets the ball back down to Doyle on the block. His 2 off the market, but draws the foul for the Cougars.
Doyle shoot 2. Got 21 points tonight. Sitting around his average mark. He's averaging 18 points on the season. What do you see out of Landon Doyle that might be, need to change or turn on going into districts that'll help carry the Cougars over the finish line?
I mean, honestly, just keep doing what he's doing, facilitating, breaking down the minute. To make that extra pass, maybe a little bit more, not a little bit more aggression on defense from Doyle. As from over the year, he's really improved on defense, but take pride in that as well. But honestly, just from all the Cougars, just ball movement and minimize the turnovers. As I want to apologize to number 50, Adam McNeil has been calling me Elijah Alexander. We got 2 50s on here in the roster here, Connor. So our confusion. As Doyle's mid-range off the mark and one.
Goes up
for
strong
Landon
there
Doyle.
Nice finish. We talked about Landon Doyle, drawing to, finding to open the guy, making the right pass. See a lot of that, and definitely going into the districts. That'll be huge for the Cougars as Landon Doyle
Absolutely.
draws a lot of focus on defense from other teams, being the leading scorer and the main focal
His
point
first
on
free throw
offense
off
for
the mark, and
Cougars.
Duke Williams smokes the layup but gets the putback.
Basket by number 11, Duke Williams.
You know, new sub in for the Cougars, Jaden Ingram, a junior. For the Cougars, you don't really see him a lot, but, I mean, when you can get varsity minutes, you get those minutes.
Yeah, definitely going to have to play next year as a senior. Look to see him get some experience now as Landon Doyle steals that
Great
pass
hands there by
from
Doyle.
Adam McNeil. He'll go up strong with the right. Good finish there by Landon Doyle.
Great hands there. As he Landon Doyle, I mean, he leads the team in steals, honestly. I would say he averages about 3.4 steals a game. And a foul by Duke Williams. I'm not really sure why he thinks that wasn't a foul as he ran right into him.
A foul actually goes on Jaden Ingram there. Lots of contact.
My
You
apologies,
see-
Duke Williams.
See Peyton Allen fall to the ground hard there. He'll collect himself to shoot 2 at the line.
I mean, Gabe Powell looks to check in for the Cougars. We'll see him again finally.
It's Peyton Allen's first free throw is short off the iron.
22-point game, Connor. Not much you can do, honestly.
Not at all. I'd like to see them stay competitive though throughout the fourth quarter. It was, at one point a 29-point, 30-point game.
And an offensive rebound for the Dragon leads to Duke Williams' foul. Pushing. He doesn't look like he's agreed to that call, but goes down and, reassuring him that absolutely was a foul. You absolutely shoved him.
Despite the young guys being in for the Cougars, seem to be playing, pretty good basketball still. Got all new faces from last year, at least, for the Cougars out here tonight. Got this game back within 22, showing that they can, finish strong at the rim still.
Kick out into the corner. Gets down low and misses the layup short off the iron. Gabe Powell looks to push the ball up the court.
Handle the rock
Finds
nicely,
Ingram
Jaden
on the
Ingram.
wing, and his three-pointer short. Rebound by the Dragons. Pushes the ball up the court. Will he finish? Great pass.
And
And
McNeil with the left hand. Good finish there.
great finish.
Powell pushed the pace.
Yeah.
1 on 4. He'll slow it down. Try to find Sam Mudd there. Actually draws the foul on Peyton Allen.
Foul number 32, Jaden Wright, his third. It's number 32, Gabe Powell's on the line. He will shoot 2.
Listen to the crowd. They probably don't agree with who that foul was on, as they say he was not down there. I don't remember seeing him. So
Yeah,
I'm not going to disagree or agree with that one.
can't argue
Gabe
with
Powell
you
knocks
there.
down the
Not sure
first.
where that foul came from. Just as a Cougar fan, happy to hear the whistle there, honestly.
I honestly don't know where to take Coach Dowden's silence as, a positive or negative thing. I'm going to assume negative. But, I mean, it's just one of those you can't really say a lot. You as a coach, you can only do so much. You can't play for the players. You can't want it more than the players.
Definitely. And the Cougars, shown that they don't really want it much tonight. And, energy being a main focus all night that we harped on just wasn't there after that first quarter. We see it showing an impact, 22-point lead for the Dragons. They're trying to run the clock out. Cougars looking to find one more turnover there.
And with
Davian
3
Frazier.
seconds left, that will do it for this one. As the St. Mary's Dragons come into Luther St. Charles, takes care of business. 84-62 on the scoreboard. Dominated performance for the Dragons. Look to see what the Cougars can do to try to improve and just, like I said, prepare for St. Dominic. Honestly, you can't have as many turnovers as they hit tonight. You got to be able to share the rock, and you got to get offensive rebounds. Otherwise, St. Dominic will come in here, and the story will look the same. I don't know if the physicality will be the same as St. Mary's. They pride themselves on physicality, but honestly, you just got to see the Cougars have more heart, more defense. Honestly. So it's just, great dominance performance by the Dragons again. As Connor Harrison is down low with the head coach of the St. Mary's Dragons.
We got Coach Turner here for the St. Mary's Dragons. Explosive game tonight for you guys. What was your biggest impact? What do you think coming into the game was your main focus?
Just at the end of the year, we're trying to make sure we're tighten up on all areas, our defense, offense. We got a few kids we're trying to insert in, and then we're just trying to walk out of these games towards the end, making sure that we're injury free and that we're healthy going into the playoffs.
Definitely. Did focus on districts coming up. What are your guys' main focus of improvement going into districts? Saw a lot of basketball, good basketball here tonight.
I mean, we're just trying to take it one game at a time. I mean, at this point in the stage, we play so many games, so we look at it as like us versus us. We know the path that we need to take to get there. We play some teams in our district, so the familiarity is there. We just want to make sure we're just fine-tuning and just kind of clicking all cylinders, and the main thing is that we're healthy going into the playoffs.
Connor.
And we got our player of the game from St. Mary's Dragons, Gary Johnson. What was your biggest impact coming into the game? We saw you make a lot of athletic plays there on the rim. What was your focus coming into this game?
My focus in this game, it was more so getting to the basket. Going up to the basket, I'm the tallest person on the court, most physical person on the court, so I always want to be physical. Get to the basket and score around the basket. You really got to shoot too many jump shots around the rim or anything like that. So really getting to the basket and scoring, finishing at the basket, that's all.
Lots of finishing at the basket for you tonight. Love to hear it. Thank you so much.